on YouTube. So I'm out here standing with Mr. Nick, right? I asked him about the containers and what does a day in the container world look like. First of all, where you from?
West Memphis, Arkansas.
West Memphis, Arkansas. Don't be shy now. Don't be shy. Come on. Okay, so so I'm gonna turn the camera on you. I don't really need to be in here. All right. So can you tell us what does a day in the container world look like?
A lot of weight, because you have to go to different depots and different rail terminals to pick up boxes, drop off boxes, and a lot of them have changed the way they're doing things. You have to set appointments to get certain boxes out of certain depots and rail yards, and the line could be short, the line could be long. It just depends on the day and the time you go in.
Okay. So for somebody who's never done it before, like, what is a process, like a quick process that you can give us online right here?
You get your load from your dispatcher. You may have to get a chassis from the UP, which is in Marion. You go get a chassis, then you have to run back across to Landport, which is on Brooks, if you're familiar with the Memphis area. You go in that line. Sometimes that line can be short. Sometimes that line can be out the gate, down the street. Then once you finally get your box, if you still have time to go get your load, depending on where you get it from, because during this time of year, you pull a lot of cotton. You may have to go to Blytheville, Arkansas, Mariana, Arkansas, Greenville, Greenwood, Mississippi. It just all depends. And if you get your equipment out and you don't have time, you know automatically that's your next load for the next day.
Appreciate that. So how long did you do containers?
All together, combined, maybe 17, let's see, 7, 12, no, about 19 years.
Wow. So that worked for you. You did it.
It did.
I see you doing dry van now. So you like, which one you like better, container or dry van?
Dry van.
Why?
I don't have to worry about the hustle and bustle of a container, because there's also a lot of, in order to make a decent week in containers, you have to be ready to move fast, hurry up and go here, hurry up and go there, and pray don't nothing give you a hiccup or a headache.
Okay, so when you so you had your own truck. Okay, so I've heard that doing containers, it messes your truck up. Is that true or false?
Very much true.
Because of the weight?
Because of the weight, the kind of freight you pull, and also some of the depots, like Landport, for example, and it's another one. The rail yards are bad. A lot of hills, a lot of in the back of intermodal carriages. If you, like I said, if you're from the area and you're doing containers, you know that them dips and whips can tear your truck up. Springs, and tires, all of that nature.
Okay, so knowing all that, and well, you did it for that many years. Knowing all that, is it worth? Is the money worth it to still do it?
Oh yeah.
Knowing that, okay. So you said, how much money were you making when you was doing it? I know that was back then. Things changed now.
You can. It depends on the driver. You can make as much. I say a fair week, none less than $2,000 since you have your own truck. You got to put up for maintenance. It's anywhere from $2,000 to $3,500. That's a decent week. That's
a good number. You said you had your own trucks.
I did.
How many you have?
I had a total of 3.
You don't have? Do you have any of them now?
Not at all.
Why? What happened?
The first truck, I was young when I first got in the game. I was making so much money I didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
It came in my hand as fast as it came, it went. I was blowing through money like the wind blowing. The second truck kept giving me a lot of mechanical issues. And I didn't even finish the term of the lease when I had got it. So I just gave it back because they wasn't honoring the warranty. And if I knew then what I knew now, I wouldn't have ever got a Caterpillar engine. That was the second truck. Had the Cat in it. The first one had a 14-liter Detroit. The third one of the best trucks I could ever say.
What was it?
I had a 12.7 Detroit.
Okay.
I had it going good. I made plenty of money with that truck. It had a small electrical issue that I could not figure out to save my life. And I kept going in the shop, kept guessing at it, but guessing got me broke. So when I found this gig, I went to it, and I can tell you, unless money fall out the sky and come in my pocket, I don't think I'm gonna leave where I am now for nothing in the world.
Right. And you said I'm not gonna show the name of your company. I'm not gonna tell nobody where you work at. But are you a company driver, right?
Company driver.
And how much you're making? If you want to share it.
Between $1,600 to $2,000 a week.
Okay.
Driving someone else's truck, I don't have to worry about tires, oil changes, or electrical issues, or brakes, or none of that.
Okay, you're gonna have some people might doubt you, right? So your owner, he the guy who owns the truck, he actually got contracts, like direct contracts
Yes.
and everything. So he's able to pay you that much.
Yes.
It's not a company. He's doing you right. Okay. With your trucks, did you lease all of them or did you own them
No, I
outright?
bought 2 straight out and I leased 1.
Okay. Do you suggest anybody else to lease trucks?
Depends on the terms and conditions of the lease.
Meaning, like, if they can just walk away, that's good.
Walk away, that's good. No balloon payment, and read the fine print. Make sure your warranty, everything is in black and white.
Okay. I got another question for you. What advice would you give a new driver coming into the game?
Stay with the company at least 2 years to get plenty over the road or experience with the company before you try to jump out there and go do something like get a truck of your own. Now, getting your own truck is not a bad idea. I'm not saying that. Just be prepared to pay yourself a regular salary out of your check. Like, if you're making $2,000 a week, pay yourself $1,000, put $1,000 up for the truck and the insurance, your tags,
I agree.
anything of that nature.
Okay. I got one more question for you. In the current state we're in right now, hold on 1 second. I'm in this man's way right here. In the current state we're in right now, a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people are not doing so good financially. A lot of drivers lost their trucks, the trailers, and all that. So to keep this from happening again to other drivers coming in, or maybe the same drivers, once we get everything straightened back out, to keep them from doing that again, what advice would you give them? Since you've been driving for how long?
I've been driving 20 plus years.
20 plus years, okay. And so what advice would you give them to not fall in this hole again?
Save as much as you can. Keep your cost of living as low as possible. When the money was good, I had the same problem. Like I said, with my first truck, I was making so much money, I was just blowing through the money like it was.
But you learned the lesson though.
I learned a lesson, a valuable lesson. Because with my last truck, as soon as something went wrong with it, I fixed it. But this electrical issue was such a big issue that it put me in such a predicament that I had to find something else to do to substitute my income. So I say to anybody coming into it, or even me if I decide to get another truck, keep your cost of living as low as possible. Save as much as you can save. Now I'm not saying don't enjoy some of the fruits of your labor, because you'll be mad all work and no play. But even with that, keep your play to a minimum. If you know you want to go out of town, you and your family spend $2,500 while you're out of town, make sure you got $5,000 saved up, so when you spend $2,500, you still got $2,500 put up in the hole,
right?
So that you have something to fall back on just in case.
It's about money management, right?
Money management.
All right, so Mr. Nick, I ain't gonna take up too much of your time. Like I said, I appreciate you. Thank you for your time. All right, so with these interviews, I just catch these guys off guard. I myself don't even have questions written down. I just kind of ask them what comes to mind and what I think fits their situation as a driver. However, if y'all got any questions y'all want me to ask the next driver that I come across, drop it down in the comment section below. If it fits their driver, I'll ask them. Other than that, I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching.